I'm no stranger to giving up my life to play WoW, as I've done it many times. Whether it's ignoring the story to get epic parses in a raid, or ignoring the story to get epic parses in a different raid, I've experienced everything that WoW has to offer. Now normally, to play WoW you need to spend $15 a month, but recently I found out there's a competitive scene that fits fully within the free-to-play portion of the game. So today we're going to be speedrunning World of Warcraft level 10 no heirlooms run. And it starts off with creating a new character. We choose Worgen Hunter since it will be quickest. Then we randomize the name generator until a sufficiently ridiculous option comes up, and now we can start the run with Egil Bradgert. We're going to go through Exile's Reach, which is the fastest way to level, and it starts with us skipping the opening cinematic and then attacking the combat dummy. As long as we kill it after we collect the quest, we're going to get credit for it. After killing the dummy, we fight Private Cole. We need to be positioned with our backs against the wall, so he's less likely to jump behind us, and so that he will get near us, which is where he needs to be for us to complete the quest. After turning in the quest, there's a delay before we can accept the next quest, so during this time we need to set up our interface. We need to get Arcane Shot on our bar, we need to activate auto loot, we need to turn off tutorials. I also add a couple action bars for convenience, but doing all this is both stressful and boring to watch. Then we can turn in our quest, and next there's a cutscene that I've literally never seen where something happens and now we're shipwrecked but apparently alive. We then need to do the next quest, which is looting an item from 6 murlocs, and this is one of the biggest reset points by far. It's not the most challenging part of the run, but if we hit an unlucky critical strike on a murloc, it'll be one shot, and we'd lose 10 to 20 seconds just running to loot it. Instead, we need to hit 6 murlocs without killing any of them. That way they will run towards us and we can loot them all at once. We end up getting good RNG with 0 crits and get through the murloc section quickly. We also get lucky that there aren't any players nearby because they would kill the murlocs we need. After we turn in the loot, we heal some people who are apparently hurt from the crash, and then we need to travel. This is where being a Worgen is beneficial, since the Worgen ability is Dark Flight. It allows us to travel faster every 2 minutes, saving significant time across the run. And let me tell you, if you've never played WoW, running from place to place is basically half the game. We then arrive at another very inconsistent section. This is another quest where we need to loot 5 animals. Like the murlocs, there are convenient ones right next to the quest giver, so if any other players are around in this section, it's a reset. But we get super lucky here and no one has touched the animals. That means we have an incredibly easy time luring each animal to the quest giver. But once we kill all 5, we can loot the meat, cook it, and then head to the next area. On the way, we can use the hunter ability to disengage to travel a bit further. The ability causes us to jump backwards, but if we turn around in midair, we can go faster forward. Next is our first hunter specific quest. So the way Exile's Reach works is whatever class you're playing, you'll get a few kind of like introductory class specific quests. So that's one of the biggest reasons we choose hunters. Across the run, the hunter's quests take less time than other classes. For this quest, we basically just need to wait 5 seconds and then tame a bird who will fight alongside us for the rest of the game. I guess the bird didn't hear what we did to his animal friends 30 seconds ago, but we're the heroes, right? After getting our pet, we have a simple kill 7 quillboars and 1 boss quillboar. And when I say boss in this game, I use the term very loosely. Basically just the same as the trash mobs, but take a bit longer to kill. We just want to keep moving the entire time as much as possible. All of a hunter's abilities can be cast on the move, but it's important to finish off any one we attack. If we attack one and then run too far away, the mob will run away from us and be unkillable. But we don't have any issues, and then we get to the final boss, kite him out, and once he's dead, we use Dark Flight to get to the annoying engineer guy. We turn in the quest and then immediately go to the treasure chest. It gives a decent amount of experience and our route cuts it super close on XP, so we can't miss anything. Also, once we turn in the first quest, the engineer starts to make some funny jokes, so we can't progress the story anyway. We then jump on the Scout-O-Matic, where the only thing we can do is sit there for 60 seconds in order to progress the story. Once that ends, we just need to use an item on 3 boars. This gives us a super boar, which we use to run over a bunch of enemies. We need to kill the big guys in a specific order, so we end up at the entrance to this building at the end. This way, we'll be able to attack the boss right away. Once the boss starts to get low, we'll need to burst him at the same time we click on Henry. If we time it right, we'll skip a 15-second conversation and move on immediately. We get it perfectly and then disengage over the wall and collect our next 3 quests. Here we can use Aspect of the Cheetah, which is another movement speed ability that only hunters have, and it saves time throughout the run. We then travel to a side quest, which rewards a significant movement speed buff that lasts until the end of the run. This saves an insane amount of time. But the whole time, it kind of just feels like a trap.
Free me, so I might recover, and pass some of my power to you.
But we don't worry about that since he'll make us faster. All we need to do is activate the 4 pillars around him to release him. Then we just turn in the quest and then head on over to the Harpy section. Here we go into the Harpy section, which has 3 quests. Kill some guys, burn some stuff down, then rescue someone. They might be an important character and they might not be. I literally never know since I don't know the story. But after burning down the things and killing the guys, we can start the rescue quest. This quest is one of those activate and then wait around for the attackers to spawn. But after a few waves of bad guys, a big bird comes. We need to attack the bird and then kite it towards the quest turn-in. Here we need to be careful not to go all the way to the quest givers, since that will cause the bird to despawn. But once we kill the bird, we can jump down, turn in the 3 quests, and then head on over to the main little group of friends from before. Now it's time for our next hunter quest. For this we need to collect 3 items in order to learn Freezing Trap. First we get the ice mote from the lady standing next to us, then we travel across the way, grab the spring, and finally disengage back to get the chains. But after we learn Freezing Trap, there's one more quest that we cannot mess up. We need to accept the Hunting the Stalker quest first, and then we need to throw a trap out in front. If we mess this up, it's a minute time loss and the run is over. After that, we go into the most annoying section of the run, the spider section. For this one, we don't need to kill any spiders, just rescue the people caught in webs. And we get incredibly good RNG since a few of the spiders we would normally need to kill are not spawned. The next few webs are guarded by spiders, but we can use Freezing Shot to help keep them from attacking us. That way we can rescue the cocoon guys. After getting all 5, we make our way to the boss and kill him pretty easily. Now we're super far into the run and we're at a world record pace, so the nerves are definitely going to be a factor. After riding the deer out of the cave, we need to make our way back to the quest hub where we deal with our final hunter quest. For this quest, we just need to dismiss our bird pet and then train the dog pet. After we get that done, we are heading towards the ogre village, which is the final part of our run. But before we get there, we have to talk to this NPC to turn us into an ogre so we can sneak in. But right after we select the dialogue, we can disengage away, which will outrange a stun that saves 5 seconds. Next, we travel into the ogre campsite as an ogre and wave to the leader. We get to Kelra, who's being trapped, and we have 3 final quests that should just be enough to get us to level 10. We need to kill 8 regular ogres, 3 boss ogres, and we need to burn down 4 catapults. So we head on over to the first boss ogre, but it's already dead. This is not good. Another player has already killed the boss we need. If we have to wait around here for it to spawn, there's no chance of getting the world record. But we march on through, and there's a glorious sight. Not only is the second boss not killed yet, there's also another player already fighting it, meaning it'll go down much quicker. We're not allowed to work with others to get a good time, but if someone happens to be there and is helpful, that's perfectly okay. We then use the help of the players there to kill a few ogres. Since they're on the same quest, they're gonna fight the same people we are, and we both get credit for it. I destroy the upper catapult, then jump down and destroy the lower catapult, and then go back to killing the last couple ogres and second ogre boss. The other players are still helping us, so the kills are quicker and we save some time. After getting the 8 ogres and 2 of 3 ogre bosses, we go over to this chest and loot it. It should give just enough XP that with the quests, we'll just be able to hit level 10. Hopefully. But now, we just need to hope that the first boss has respawned and we can definitely get the world record. We go on over to the building, we check it, and there it is. We kite it out of the building, keep attacking it until we finally kill it off, and now we just need to head back to the quest turn-in and see what our time is. We click these 3 rocks, and then spam click on Kelra until we can turn in the final quest, getting us just barely to level 10 and ending our run with a 17-minute 24-second, getting the world record by just 15 seconds. This speedrun took so many attempts, with so many being ruined by players in the way. But if you liked watching this speedrun, you'll love the South Park Stick of Truth speedrun, where you need to become handsome as fast as possible. It's pretty great.